Hey guys, Ben here. We're coming at you with another shop tour for November. So we're going to show you around this shop and the other shop, give you an idea of what we got going on and what we got coming for you. So behind me you can see 1972 Nova just got here. It's getting a Rytec Coilover Suspension Kit. It's getting 13-inch Wilwoods front and rear. We got a narrow 9-inch rear end we're putting in this thing. We got vintage air. We got an American Auto wire harness. We're doing some work to the engine, dressing it up, but we're also installing a multi-port fuel injection system from Holley and powering that with the Holley Terminator X system. It's going to be a really neat car, going from classic restored to more of a Restomod Pro Touring look. It's going to have two-piece forged billet specialties wheels. We're doing the Detroit Speed mini tub kit in the back, so going to be a drastic change for the better, we think. Come over here. Robert here has been working away on this Jeep. You've seen it in a few of our past videos. This thing is finally almost done. We've got a glass guy coming to put a windshield in it for us on Tuesday, and then we're going to start driving this thing, shaking it down, and being able to get it back to the customer. But another just rundown, you can see we've got the soft top on it. Inside we've got the roll bar fabbed up and painted. It looks really good. The seats have been upholstered by our friends at In Motion here in Murfreesboro. They did a great job on that. Again, this thing has a 5.3 LS engine, and we threw a Texas Speed cam and Battle Springs push rods in it. It's hooked to a 4L60E automatic overdrive transmission and an Atlas transfer case. Those are hooked up to Dana 44 front and rear axles. We got Performance Driveline Engineering drive shafts front and rear. You can see the 331250s look really good on 17x9 wheels. We kind of did the factory silver colors, what the customer wanted, and we contrasted that with the matte black everywhere, as you can tell. And we are super stoked to get this thing out, start driving it, and then I know the customer wants to get it as well. But a vintage air, Dakota digital gauges, painless wire harness. It's a little different. We don't do a whole lot of four-wheel drive stuff, but this thing's turned out really well, and I think the owner is going to enjoy having it as their daily driver, actually. Back behind us, you can see 38 Chevrolet Coupe. We've had this thing for a long time. It's turned out really nice. The green and the brown just go really well together. We just bled the brakes on this, which is why it's up. We got to throw the wheels back on it, get it on the ground, start driving it. Again, small block Chevrolet power, Blueprint engines, 350. It's got a TCI 700 R4 overdrive transmission sitting on a Scott's Hot Rods chassis. As soon as we get on the ground, we're going to make sure it pulls itself and stops, and it's going in the trailer and going to Speed and Design Hot Rod Interiors next week, actually, so they can throw some upholstery in this joker. Inside is really cool. We cut down a 55 Chevrolet Dash and put in it, and we can't wait to see what Gil and the guys at Speed and Design do. And then when it gets back here, we'll throw a hood on it, shake it down. We'll be ready to hit the show season next year. Back behind us here, 72 Chevrolet C10. I know you've seen this, and we're about to wrap this thing up. Again, we're waiting on the glass guy to come put the windshield and back glass on this next week. We've already started this thing. We've driven it, make sure it pulls itself, stops, and so forth. So as soon as that glass is in, and BB here gets done with a few things left on the inside, putting the carpet in, kick panels, seats, putting all the upholstery in it, it should be ready to drive it around and give it back to the customer as well. Again, this thing is really cool. You can see inside, it's working on getting the seats and upholstery in, but it's turning out really nice. You can't hardly beat red with the black interior, and BB's throwing down over there right now. So that is what we have going on in the clean shop, as we call it. We'll go over to the dirty shop, show you what we got there. All right. So over here, a lot of you guys have seen this truck before. We built this a few years ago, and this back, the owner had a fiberglass cowl hood, and he wanted a steel cowl hood put on it. So we went to our friends at Auto Metal Direct. We got a hood, we got this thing fitting right, did a little bit of metal finishing, gapping and flush, and then we did the body work and painted this. So you can tell it turned out really nice. It's on there now, and the customer should be ready to come and pick this thing up. But that was all we did over here, just a quick hood install, body work, and paint. Again, we love this truck. We built it a few years ago. We're glad to have it back. So over here, you can tell, got a little bit of stuff scattered around. We just got some new equipment, which we'll show you on some other videos, a little more in depth. But the 50, as soon as that truck leaves, this is going over there. We're gonna finish up our metal finish and spray some epoxy on some places that are bare metal, and then this thing is ready to start body work. Behind me, you can see a little different than normal. So we just got a larger English wheel. We got a mill drill, and we got a magnetic brake. So we're excited to get those things working and use them and see if it can increase our capabilities and help us on our quality. Over here, you can see 63 C10. This thing came in for a lot of small things. You can tell we've got the AC machine hooked up. We put vintage air on this joker. We swapped out, it had a tri-power intake on it and carburetors, and we put a four barrel carburetors. Put a new steering column in it, did some paint work inside, We did some work to the air suspension system. We put new carpet in it, sound deadening. We've got to build a frame for this bed and then put a wood bed in it. And hopefully it will be going back home after that. This is a pretty cool truck. It's got the Porterbuilt front and rear drop member stuff, so it lays out really nice on the air suspension. Once we finish up what we're doing, the owner's gonna take it back and he's gonna paint the entire truck like a patina look on it, and gonna drive the heck out of it, sounds like. All right, so that wraps up the Dirty Shop. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Please like and subscribe, and we'll have more content for you soon.